on the last episode, there was a lot of feedback for one particular part.
Was there?
Yeah.
On the last episode of Proper Wet Brain?
Yeah.
A lot of feedback on the part. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on the last episode.
Your dad especially.
Yeah. There was a lot of feedback on you playing with your wrestlers.
Yeah.
So I'm actually,
I brought my favourite wrestler with me.
No, you did.
Like a little mascot.
What did you?
Right?
What was it? Let me see. There was a lot of feedback.
Now, this was actually a tough decision for me because...
Obviously, you loved them all.
Yeah, but I was picking between two and I was like, who do I actually want to bring as my mascot?
Why did you bring both?
Because I probably end up just having a little match here and I wouldn't talk to you.
You can't. There's a danger if you
Do
bring
know what
two.
I mean?
Like, there's a danger.
Just like this be like a perfect street brawl situation.
And
Like.
actually, do you know what? That's a good old desk for a wrestle. I'm telling you that much.
Do you know what I mean?
I can see where you're coming from.
Right, so it was either going to be Riddle or AJ Styles, but we went for AJ Styles.
Right.
The phenomenal one.
Gives a look.
So he's going to be my mascot.
Can I touch him?
No.
Let me touch him.
Nobody else now play with these.
Oh, let me touch your wrestler.
That's his pose.
Gives a look. Is that what he does?
Yeah, when he's coming out. He's the phenomenal
Arms out.
Yeah.
Japanese on the shin pads.
Yeah, because he was huge in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Eh?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Very nice. So that's your mascot for the evening.
That's it. Me and AJ.
Maybe we should tell people that the reason for that feedback was I was just getting messages left, right, and centre. Not even about the podcast itself, but for that particular moment, which is literally about 10 minutes from the end, I think.
Yep. I got sent quite a few as well.
About how much people... I got a phone call, right? The first one I got was a voice note from Mikey, who was part of the Wet Brain Fancy League. And it was just a voice note of him laughing, saying that he looked like an absolute gobshite on the train because he wasn't expecting it. And he just... It is one of those moments where it catches it so off guard that you can't not break into like proper laughter. But then the best one was my dad, who I'm not sure if I had a missed call from him or he rang me straight away. But when I got through to him or picked up, I can't remember. There was no words. He literally laughed, right? And he just kept laughing and laughing. And I thought it was about something else completely different because I was texting him beforehand about something. And I was like, I was saying things to him, but he couldn't answer me back because he was still laughing. And I looked at the timer on my phone, and it was like 3.5 minutes of a phone call before he was finally able to tell me of what he was actually laughing at, right? And I was like, what? Like, he goes, I'm not even laughing at the things that you're talking about. And I was like, what are you laughing at? And he goes, on with his fucking wrestlers, right? And I was just like, oh man, I was like, that is great.
I didn't think it would be that out there of a thing. Like,
I genuinely wish I had recorded his reaction because I haven't heard my dad laugh like that since probably ever, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not for that long. Like, do you know what I mean? He just kept going.
Your dad texted me as well, and I was busy enough in work, or maybe I was just finishing up work. I seen your dad text me. I was like, this is odd. And I opened. He goes, "Oh, can you please record one of your WrestleManias for me?" I was like, you fucker.
Oh man, I've never heard
people calling me was like, "Do you really do?" I was like, "Well, I mean, yeah, like, do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
not every day or anything, but like, yeah."
Oh man, it's actually great. And how, like, that's what my dad said. He was like, it started off, the whole thing started off so well. And what he said to me was, at the start, Owen opens up about, getting his mental health back together. And then he just shows exactly why he's mental in the first place.
Yeah.
So it was like the whole episode is just you,
Yeah.
Antidepressants, going talking about your mental well-being, how you're getting everything back. And then you're like, yeah, I play with wrestlers.
Yeah, so maybe people listening were like, "Do you know what, maybe I will make that step and go to the doctor." Then by the end of the episode, nah, he's still sitting around in his room and his job's playing with wrestlers, like, do you know what I mean? Making up his own pay-per-views. Maybe I won't.
And every time someone got back to me about it, it was like, it was fresh. It wasn't fresh enough in my mind, so I'd have to go back and listen to it again. And it is so good because I bring it up because you go on about the Power Washer Simulator. I'm the one that brings it up as like a payback thing. But the more we get into it, the more I realise I didn't know as much as I thought I knew. So when you say it, and my reaction is basically like, No, you don't. You don't do this. And you're like, no, I do. Like, I was like, no, you don't, man. And it's just, it is very funny if I do say so ourselves. But yeah, I'm glad people got a bit of enjoyment out of it. It is funny.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm gonna have to
up your dosage.
I think I might have to take an old trip to the doctor after that one.
The dosage is
good.
being
That was
upped.
great getting feedback, and that was funny. So funny.
I'm actually surprised we didn't talk about that in the last episode. To be honest,
That was the last episode.
the Halloween episode. You
Oh,
just opened it saying the last episode because this is part 2 of the Halloween episode.
I thought you meant like, look. Anyway,
You know what I mean. But yeah, no, I'm glad people enjoyed that because it is quite good. But in other news, right, there's something I've been seeing happening a lot. Recently on my travels because I've been getting the train home a lot lately. I'm doing split shifts and stuff like that. I'm seeing a lot of men in dusters, like duster jackets. Like
leather or
I've seen people in leather dusters. I've seen people in like khaki kind of private detective dusters.
like Inspector Gadget kind of ones.
Inspector Gadget dusters, but I've also seen like a mad kind of combination of what they're wearing underneath. Like I seen a guy the other day.
So these aren't buttoned up or nothing like this.
No,
like flowing like
they're letting it flow, man. And these aren't like
Sam Jackson fucking. Am I thinking of the right thing?
54 like Shaft kind of thing.
Shaft kind of fucking.
Yeah, or the Crow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that type of situation. Blade wears leather dust, but these guys aren't like rockers. These guys aren't the people that you used to see at the Central Bank.
Why are they wearing under like normal gear? Like
I seen a lad wearing a fluorescent orange Ireland away jersey under one of them. Right, like I was looking at it going, right, there's a concept here. I was like, okay, he's wearing like an ankle length duster.
what was the duster he was wearing though?
Like an Inspector Gadget one.
Like a khaki colour, like
a beige.
yeah,
Like a kind of stony
yeah,
beige.
yeah.
And then he turned around and he was wearing like a fluorescent orange Ireland away jersey underneath.
Like
and
retro.
No,
Oh, current.
like current.
Right.
And I was looking at it going, whoa, that's a brave.
That's even a move for me. Like, you know what I mean? I'll throw Anton, you know, I'm like, I'll throw Anton together, but that's.
It's a bold fashion choice, like, isn't it? Like, the duster isn't common as it is anymore.
Yeah, but you get away with if you're wearing the right fucking bit of
Gear
cloth with
underneath
it.
it.
Like,
yeah, of course. Like a lot of time you see like bankers wearing dusters and stuff like that. People coming home
Suit on,
from a job,
yeah,
you know, you
yeah.
see dusters and that.
It would suit what they're
If
have
it
on. though.
rains, it covers up everything.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That is the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
point of it, I guess. But yeah, no, man, these choices underneath
Just because, like.
I was impressed, but I was shocked at how many I'm seeing.
Was
Like,
it?
do you know what I mean?
Was he wearing like as a tracksuit? Like he was wearing like tracky bottoms, or was it just that you copped
No,
the jersey?
He was wearing jeans. Like he was wearing jeans and maybe like
yeah, like that's.
like a blue jean, and then maybe like some suede boots, the same color as the fucking.
Was it a match day or?
No, this I don't mean to single anybody out, and I presume they don't listen to this podcast. But I've seen this guy multiple times wearing this duster. But this was the first day I seen.
But
him wear this.
he'll throw that on as if I'll throw on my winter coat, like.
normal jacket to this guy. It's a duster. It's an ankle biting duster. You can't be just wearing it willy nilly, like. Can you?
Mate, like I mean, you can.
Like they're clearly making a comeback by the amount that I've seen.
No, I'd
but,
go for one, all right, but
I don't think I could pull off it. I'm too small to pull off a
yeah.
duster.
See, you just look like a pervert.
I'd be lost in a
No,
duster.
but you'd look like a pervert
Yeah,
going
like a
around
flasher,
one.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. You could probably pull off a duster.
I think I would,
I
but I'd
think-
only be wearing certain things with it.
But I also think that maybe you might be too broad to pull off a duster. Do you know
No,
what I
I'd be all right for it.
Do you think?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be as long on me.
Well, you could get one to be.
No, but I mean past the knee.
yeah,
be
passing
alright.
you would be acceptable.
But-
These guys.
But
ankle
I'd
length,
have to
like-
be wearing. Like I don't normally care what I'm wearing, but if I'm throwing that on top, you have to
You're
be wearing
making it
something
go with
that's-
it, like you know, a turtleneck or something like that. Would be pretty cool with a duster. Like, do you know what I mean? A turtleneck,
Yeah,
maybe
that's
some
all
chinos.
right,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
That's an okay combo. Ireland away jersey. I don't mean like current as in
See, I feel like he was trying too much for it to be.
different.
Yeah, but it comes across as like.
He wasn't young. Like,
Oh, really?
He wasn't like trying to be a trendsetter. This guy maybe late 30s, early 40s. Maybe
See,
nothing.
if you-
Maybe
if
nothing else in the
If
wardrobe.
you're
I think
18, 19 or something, this lad's just acting the bollocks. Like, fair enough.
he's trying to do something different.
Yeah, just acting the bollocks. Don't
Now,
give a fuck.
this,
Like,
this is a fully grown man.
you can't be pulling that one out.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
That is strange.
So
And I wouldn't normally comment on.
no, like it doesn't. Like people can wear what they want. It actually doesn't bother me. It actually annoys me more when people comment on
What people
other
wear.
people's appearances.
Yeah,
Like,
but
because
that's
I just thought it was so far out there. Like
it's too much.
duster and fluorescent away orange jersey, and it's. I don't think it's.
If you're gonna wear weird shit that's noticeable, you might as well make it all weird shit that kind of goes a bit.
Yeah.
This is just being weird for the sake.
It's nearly. It's too noticeable.
Yeah,
It's too noticeable to the
doesn't
point.
work.
It doesn't go
Doesn't
together.
work.
And I'm by no means a fucking. I should have no commentary on fashion at all. I wear the same thing pretty much
All black.
365 days of the year.
Wearing a green jumper now. That's a stretch for him. Like.
Yeah.
And it's so dark in here, and you're wearing a green jumper. It looks like a black jumper.
It looks like black. Basically, my attire is black on white. If I can get a white t-shirt with black trousers, I also wear black runners with white socks. That is my thing. I like it. I don't know why. It looks cool. I enjoy it.
Yeah, but it's not like
It's not out there.
an Ireland jersey when it does.
It's not an orange jersey, but it does there.
I was actually gonna wear white trousers today
You were.
to go with this.
You would have been able
I
to see
would've got-
straight through to your penis if you
I would have
wore.
got destroyed coming up here, so that's why I opted against it.
I feel like white trousers are predominantly summer.
They're niche.
They're niche. Not a lot of people can pull it off.
I can.
You can pull off a white trouser. I don't think I could pull off a white trouser.
See, I could pull off a white trouser and white t-shirt.
Mm.
I get away with that.
Pure grease attire.
Yeah, E17 type shit.
Yeah. I wish I could get away with stuff like I can't. I know.
I think everyone can get away with shit like that. You just have to do it.
Yeah. It's the confidence behind it. I think
Yeah.
you could pull off anything that you want. See, this is the thing.
See, I can pull off anything I want.
Mm.
Oi! Did you see that?
Was that a bit of lighting?
You're fucking right it was.
That was right on, like right in eye line. I actually seen that reflect in your glasses.
Wait for that.
It's the big one. Must be far away. Oh.
See, I told you. What time is it now?
25 to 7.
It's got to roll back
Oh,
around
shit.
7 o'clock.
Rack around.
Yeah, that was good. Fuck.
I wonder if the microphone picks that up.
Like,
because that
what a
was
time
decent.
to be recording the Halloween episode.
I'm telling you, man. It's like they knew.
Imagine.
It's like they knew.
Imagine it got that bad. It was like a state of emergency.
Mother
Do not
Nature.
leave where you are now.
Session.
24 hours. Like, straight down to that shop.
Before it closes, all the cards. Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it.
Your ma's head be fucking melted.
Oh, she'd hate us. We would never be allowed back. But anyway,
24-hour party people.
that's a good film. This was gonna lead me to my next question, which is actually about costumes. Right?
I thought you were just going to give out about this lad.
No, I did also want to do that, but
I don't judge what people wear, but this fucking guy.
I thought if I'm gonna give out about this guy, let's make it Halloween, okay? So, in regards to costumes, right? I like getting dressed up. I enjoy it.
In costumes or?
Costumes, man, like not like everyday. That's an everyday costume. That's something that he shouldn't be wearing in the middle of the day.
Is everything a costume?
Is our
See
skin?
the clothes
Our skin is just.
see
a
the
costume.
clothes we're wearing now.
Mm.
Is this just a costume to people on Halloween night?
What do you mean?
Like we're wearing a 364-day costume, but on Halloween, that's our normal clothes.
Man, fuck off. No. I can tell where you're trying to go with that, but no.
Maybe
You might say that our skin
everything's a costume.
is a costume for our souls.
We're all trying to hide something.
Well, this is it.
We're all trying to escape.
Mm.
This is my costume.
Yeah, it's ugly. Could have picked a better one.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, costumes.
Look, I get up naked in the morning. Then I have to put on my costume.
Fuck off, man.
Pretend to be happy.
Yeah. Well, that's mental. That's a
My
mental
smile,
costume.
that's a costume.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's actually more sinister with that fucking
light.
with the light we have here.
No, I'll let you go on for now.
Costumes. I do enjoy dressing up. I can't always do it. I can't always afford to get a good costume. Sometimes I can't be arsed to get a costume.
Yeah.
But I do genuinely
Oh
like
yeah, it
dressing
is
up.
top. It is top.
I feel is it an attention thing. Is
No,
it like
I think it's just like there's a like it just puts you on a buzz. Like
it puts you on a different.
it's out of your normal daily. Not like going out is like going out. You're not. But I mean, it's just like if you're going to a fancy dress, it's just like one night where it's just like everyone's something different. Like it's just completely weird. It's completely different. Like, do you know what I mean? But it shows people's interest, personalities come out and what their choice of costume and shit is as well.
That's
like,
true.
you know what I mean?
That
like,
is
I think
true.
it's like it's not a. I wouldn't say it's a. What did you say before that?
An attention thing. Like,
no, I don't think so. No, I wouldn't say so.
Like I would get, say the kids are going out trick or treating. I don't have a costume. I'll still get Amy to paint my face. Like,
you're going out in costume. Attention's got to be on everyone, anyways.
yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? If you go to a place where everyone's dressed up in costume, you're not wearing a costume, you're the one looking for attention.
But like, say I actually have an example, right? I actually have an example for us.
Oh,
right, to do with us.
oh,
Halloween a couple of years ago, because we were not going out on Halloween, we dressed up about 3 days before and went out to the pub.
no.
It
We were
was.
wearing onesies.
We were wearing onesies.
No. The Halloween night was on the Sunday.
We went out on
the Friday.
Friday, yeah. Friday.
But they were still doing Halloween nights out.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the pictures we were with people
in
fucking
costume. They
costume.
did a
It was like a light Halloween, if you want to call it. Halloween beta test.
Yeah. I don't think neither of us could go out on the Sunday, so we did the Friday.
Yeah, I think it was a work day. I think it might have been like the bank holiday actually fell on the Sunday. So we went out the Friday. When no one goes out on a Friday on a bank holiday anyway.
No.
But we went out dressed up, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Would you consider that maybe like in a little bit? But that, it kind of blows it out of the water because I forgot that it was actually legit.
Well, no, we done it for our own buzz.
Yeah.
Because I remember, we were saying we were going to go. We went down to the Harvest or something.
Yeah, it was
a few
it was
people dressed. The staff were dressed up and stuff like that. But sure, we went down to the home then after that and fucking.
Nobody was dressed up.
It was a handful.
Yeah. Only the people that were in the Harvest, basically.
Yeah, but we were the bulls going around, so I don't know. Maybe you do it for the attention thing. I don't know. But we just made it because that was the only night we could really go out for it. So
yeah, true.
It's starting to pinch down now.
It's looking. It's Halloweeny out there.
Storm is back.
It's Halloweeny out there.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of those. I don't think it's an attention thing, but I do like the whole when people go for it, it's good. I do like that. I do like the dressing up thing.
Yeah, no, it is. As I said, I do. I really like dressing up. I do enjoy it.
If you're gonna do, you might as well go all out for it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I really have gone out. I dressed up as a banana. Remember that banana one? You didn't dress up that year. You just wore my mask out.
Oh yeah.
I was a banana
yeah.
going around. And I fucking busted myself coming out of Benny's. Do you remember that?
That was a weird.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I was wearing a pair of Converse or something, I think it was. I was wearing
Slipped
bananas.
on the
I went out, I slipped, and my legs went up in the air, and I fucking bounced my arm off the ground. I can still feel that on my fucking forearm, right? But I got so mad because a lot of young lads started laughing at me outside. I go, what the fuck are you doing? But you said it was the weirdest looking thing because I was just going mental at a lot of people.
In a banana
as a banana, a 6'4" banana going around.
I actually went into Benny's there Friday just to get a bottle of Coke.
Okay.
So I bought a 2 litre bottle of Coke, and I've never seen somebody look so annoyed that I wasn't ordering a kebab in my whole life. He just was not happy that I was only getting a bottle of Coke, man. Like, surely I made his night easier. I walked in, I was like, just this, please. And he was like, fuck.
Maybe just that kebab stick thing. I don't know what you call that, actually. Is that the kebab?
He's running juice, and he's like, I need to sell a few kebabs here.
I need to shave a few bits of meat off this, pal.
Yeah, I was just like, give me this bottle of Coke Zero.
Bottle of Coke nearly cost as much as the kebab.
It was
$4
fucking quid.
Was it for how much? 2 litre?
I needed it though, you know, when you want something and you know you have nothing back in the gaff, and I was like, I need this for when I get home, and I did. I drank it for 2 days straight. Well, including that evening.
2 days straight?
Yeah, I didn't stop something out of it.
I injected it into like
intravenously.
Like an IV. What else you dressed up that's good?
Man, not awful lot. I think most of the time when I dress up, it's completely makeshifts. It hasn't been very.
The wrestler one was good because I was gonna do it, but I got the tights and all for it, but they fitted you better. It just looked good, so you went around with the top, like the vest on. That was good actually. I did one time where I got like a pimp.
That's
outfit,
when you had
but I had the afro on, and someone painted my nails purple. I looked more like Prince going around than I did a pimp. That was actually alright. That was decent. A surgeon. That was alright.
I'm trying to think.
That was safe though. That was safe.
Yeah, they're like the go-to.
I guess, surgeon. Like, or someone dressed up as a geek. They just get like a checkered shirt and like them What
The
are they called?
suspenders.
Suspenders and a pair of glasses. Like that's.
I dressed up as a bottle of beer 2 years ago. Like literally just had nothing. I was like, I'll go up to the shop and see what's there. So,
But I like them
Bottle of
outfits
beer.
where you pull over. It's just your head poking out. Of it.
Yeah,
That was like the banana one. I like
that's
that
actually
one.
what it was. Like, yeah, they're grand. They're
I like
good
that
for
footy, like.
for what it's for. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to a Halloween party. Not this weekend. Next weekend.
You mean Halloween, like
No, on Saturday.
this Saturday?
No, next Saturday.
That's Halloween.
Halloween's the Monday.
Halloween weekend, you prick.
Yeah, Halloween weekend. I got.
You were making out as if you're going to a Halloween party in fucking mid-November, like.
Yeah, well, look.
Oh, not next weekend, but the weekend after. Fucking Halloween. Don't be a
Weekend-
wanker.
Halloween weekend.
You know if Halloween's on a Monday, the weekend before is Halloween. Don't be a prick.
Well, I got to a party,
Right.
and Amy wanted to do the whole.
How will you go to parties like that?
For you know, for once you weren't invited to a burrito party. That's actually fucking. That's a bit harsh, isn't it?
And I'm off that Saturday, I know.
No, you're not. Are you? Text your board. I can't say that, can I? Fuck. Never mind. Fucking.
Shh. Someone's sesh.
Sound like tumbling bass there for a second. But Amy wanted to do basically a coupley thing, not in a way of like Tweedledee, Tweedledum, but like a pair of bananas type thing or whatever. But I don't think it's gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is the most.
Invite me and do it like in How I Met Your Mother. Salt, pepper, and cumin. I'll get cumin.
That's actually pretty good. I can't invite you. You need to be invited.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
that. Go on.
But yeah. So she wanted to do a whole coupley thing, and I don't think it's gonna happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Donnie Darko.
Yeah.
The most simplest costume. Not the rabbit. I'm not even gonna have a rabbit there with me. I'm just gonna dress up as Donnie Darko because I have a skeleton onesie in the gaff, grey hoodie, maybe a bit of red paint under the eyes to look like I haven't slept in a while. Hood up, Donnie Darko, done. Easy cash, like. Don't need a rabbit. Like the rabbit's not there all the time. In Donnie Darko, nobody else in that house is gonna know what that is.
I'll get you a rabbit.
Like a real rabbit.
I'll get you a rabbit. You want a rabbit? I'll get you a rabbit.
It's done. Done deal.
I have a guy.
You got a rabbit guy?
Yeah, that would be good. Or just go on the bear on the Friday with me, yeah.
Right.
Don't sleep or nothing. Then just go up there like
Authentic
that.
Donnie
Yeah.
Darko, like authentic.
And you'd be that tired out of it, just be like, yeah.
I'm seeing rabbits.
Yeah. Do
I'm
that.
seeing Frank at the end of my nanny's garden.
And what then? What the fuck's Amy gonna do?
Don't care.
Oh my god, she should be the fucking rabbit.
I don't think she'll dress up as a rabbit.
Why not?
She's afraid of the rabbit from Donnie Darko. Like,
Yeah, but if she is the rabbit, she won't see it.
what if she looks in the mirror?
Just don't look in the mirror.
True, I guess.
How many mirrors in your nanny's gaff?
Enough. There's enough mirrors in my nanny's garden.
Enough-
Her oven is a mirror.
Enough to see yourself.
Yeah.
I'd love, like, when you're out and you see like some costumes, you're like, that's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
I'd like to have like the time and the like when people put effort
The
into
the conviction behind it, like.
it. Yeah, and when a lot of people actually make costumes that are unreal.
Yeah. Who was it? A couple of years ago, I think it might have even been the same year you were the disco guy. I think Leanne Hennessy had a pretty good. I think she won the costume competition in the home. I think she was holding her head or something like that, wasn't she? But it was actually obviously her head, but her costume came out to the side, so it looked like she was holding her own head or something like that. But she made it herself.
I'm not sure.
I'm almost certain that was a thing.
I thought she was the blue person from Fantastic Four or Avatar.
No, not when I was there anyway.
Or maybe she did. Well, no, it was
I'm
a
almost
long
certain she
time
did.
ago, man. It was a long time ago.
It is. That's a solid.
Uh,
That's nearly 14 years ago, man.
I'd seen some lad dressed up as a person having a shower, where they had like the thing around them and they had a curtain, and then the rail went up over them, and it was a shower head. I'm
That's
like,
good.
That's good.
Yeah, it
it
is.
makes
That
no
is good.
sense, but it's like that's thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Someone gone around as like a homemade pack of Marlboro Red, and the head just sticking out. but it was a cardboard box painted up. Like, that's what Joe, you can buy shit like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, someone just went out of their way to make that. I was like, that's funnier. Like, do you know what I mean?
That is good.
It's basic, but it's good.
Scary movies, yeah.
Scary movies, yeah.
Scary movies.
Integral
Yeah.
of the Halloween.
What is your earliest memory of a scary movie? Like, what is your earliest memory of being fucking terrified by a movie, like, at a young age? Other than the obvious, because I know we have one that both terrified us.
What, Pee-wee Herman?
No.
I think you've already asked me this.
I've asked this before.
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah. There was a movie, right?
Is this why I think that we both have the same answer for one of them?
Well, no, I don't think so. But I remember you asked me this. There was a movie called The Dentist, right?
Right.
And it came out when I was younger. I think I might have been only like 6 or 7, around that age. And I've looked it up since, and it's like, it's almost like a B horror movie, if you know what I mean. And I just remember my sister watching it in the sitting room on video, and there was one part in it where I don't even know what the fuck happens in this movie.
Right.
Like 100%, obviously it's this dentist that's sadistic or whatever. And there was a part where he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna just do this on your mouth," and he jabs the fucking scalpel thing into the roof of the mouth and slits down. And it just starts bleeding everywhere. It's just pure gore, like.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember if I did that with my tongue, like, rubbed it on the roof of my mouth, there was this little dot thing. I felt like there was like a little dot. It's obviously just like
a mental thing, like
a no. You know the way there's like grooves or whatever.
Oh,
in the roof of your mouth. But mine was like a little dot thing, and it was around the area of that. So every time I was in the dentist, I thought they were gonna nick that, and I was gonna bleed out.
You just associate it with
so
that
that was
movie.
the first kind of horror thing I ever remember that freaked the fuck out of me because it stuck with me for like years after. Yeah, and it's not like a movie that people would know or whatever. So that's why it was always kind of one that was weird to me.
But I know mine. Obviously, the one I was talking about with that we both definitely have a memory of is Scream 3 with the ma.
Ah, no,
terrifying.
That would have been my first one.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't my first.
That's one that's like, that shit is so fucking scary.
And you know what? I only watched them all recently again,
and it's still.
It's probably the scariest part of 6 movies. Like, it is.
Like, I love all the Scream movies.
5 movies?
5. I love all the Scream movies. I haven't even watched the new one yet.
It's okay.
I haven't watched it yet because I wanted to go see it, and then because I didn't get to go see it in the movie in the cinema.
You got stubborn.
I was just like, I'll see it when I see it. But I hadn't much hopes for it. But
it's okay for what it is.
I already watched. You know, I love.
Yeah.
That's my shit. Scream movies, the trilogy, the actual trilogy. That's my favorite trilogy. You know, I love it. I can rewatch them and still get them spooky bits and all. But I just love the stories and shit in it. But that bit will always give me the fucking
it's haunting as fuck. Like,
that's the only bit in any of the Scream movies that's like proper like horror movie.
Yeah, the rest of them are jump scare bits.
It's jump scare, slasher, fucking.
Yeah.
It's designed to fucking make you jump out your seat kind of stuff.
That part is. It's like. It actually had a proper effect when I was younger.
Oh my god,
it's so bad. But when I was younger, the earliest I can remember being absolutely terrified is my ma had on video the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller, which was like obviously the video itself is actually quite long in totality, like not the one that you'd see on like music channels. It was like a mini movie.
It's like 40 odd minutes or something, isn't it?
Maybe
half an hour,
15, 20 minutes. Like.
I don't know. Well, it's a cinematic experience.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
I knew it was a long thing. I knew we could get it on tape and stuff like that. I knew it was like a thing.
What my ma had was the making of it, which had basically the background. I think it was directed by John Landis, like the American Werewolf in London and all that crack.
Well, you can actually kind of see that.
And I had basically what I do is it showed you the making of it, as it says in the title, and then it would play the actual music video.
Yeah.
But oh my god, the part where obviously he initially changes into a werewolf, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And he turns around, and he's like, "Go away." fuck up, man. I swear to God,
Is this the making of it?
No, this is in the actual thing, right? Yeah. At that moment when that happens, I can actually picture myself as a kid nearly jumping directly out of my jocks, out, and my soul leaving my body at the same time. And I was terrified.
Went up in the air, trousers stayed down.
Trousers stayed actually up,
Sitting
erect.
upright.
Do you know what I mean? I was up into the air, but it proper scared me, man. I had where we lived in Baldoyle at the time, and my ma had like a in my brain it was a high shelf, but because I was a kid, like, so she had a shelf full of like video tapes, and I had like Toy Story on it and stuff like that for me, and we had like a little mini ladder for me to get up. But if I was going up and Triller was left like out in the open, I'd have to like turn my eyes, I'd have to avert my eyes and just blindly pick a video for myself to watch. Like, it had that much of an effect on me. And regardless, I actually haven't listened to Michael Jackson's music ever since the newer shit came out about him being a paedophile, where they basically borderline nearly confirmed it.
That documentary,
the Finding Neverland and stuff like that. I haven't listened to his music at all, but that music video is so good. Like, it's brilliant. But it just proper terrified me. I think a lot of 90s kids had that fear of it as well.
Oh, I'd say
maybe
a
few 80s, maybe
so,
kids born in the 80s as well. Obviously, like, I just associate it because I was born in the 90s.
Because it wasn't like, well, you look at it now, it's cheesy enough, like, but I mean, at the time, like, it was done like a movie was done at the time. You know what I mean?
But it's actually like, it's even picturing it in my brain, it's quite well done to the point where it is fucking scary. Like, it's properly scary, which is a weird marketing thing.
Well, because it wasn't like goofy like a music video would be, like, you know what I mean? Like someone turned into a werewolf. Like, it's, you think like,
it's got like biggest pop star in the world at the time. It's gonna be a bit cheesy, keep the kids entertained. So but it wasn't. It was full on horror. Like, it was full on terrifying shit.
But that was the one that got you, even though it's not.
It got me so bad.
Horror movie as such or anything, but like,
that was my first proper experience of being terrified, not scared, like proper terrified.
That was the one that got me. Yeah, that dentist thing I was saying, that's the one that got me, because I would think about that a lot. Yeah. But,
you'd be sitting in,
you'd go into places. A lot. I just like, it would make me wince, like, just thinking about it and shit. It was not more jump scares that got me. It was more like gore. That got me.
I'm not actually massively into gory films in general.
I'm more into that. I'm more into like gore slasher stuff. Yeah. Like,
I'd be more, in terms of scary films, I'd be more into supernatural stuff. So like, I can watch gore stuff, but it just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. Like, slashers,
not all. Like, there's so much fluff, like so much bad gory slasher or gore. It's just like they're just being overly gory for the sake of it. I'm not into that. It's like ones that have a story to it as well, and then the killings are like fucking gruesome. Like, that's what I'd be into. Like,
a prime example is obviously Scream, which has probably arguably the better storyline out of all the kind of top tier slasher movies. Like, you have 100% Friday the 13th, Halloween, Scream. I think Scream might be the better one, and there's less. There's about 150 Friday the 13th. Same with Halloween.
I do like the Friday the 13th, but they did overdo it though as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, man. I watched Friday the 13th there, I think about 3 years ago. I got to the 5th one and I had to stop because it is literally the same movie over and over again. Like, the whole thing about Scream is that it's the self-realization
to it as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
But it's the self-realization, because like, the first movie is classic slasher. Second movie is so confident and so aware of the fact that they can't really go much further with it, so we're gonna make it nearly fucking. How would you say it? Like, it's so self-aware that it's borderline comedy at the same time.
Well, that's it. It does have that element to it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like, they're nearly slagging off themselves as they're going along.
Yeah, like, it has a drama to it but at the same time, like especially in the third one, the third one's quite. There's a lot of comedic sides
It's
to it
heavily
as well.
comic, yeah.
But it has to be, like, I mean, to make it different than the one before, and
Yeah.
the second one had to be different than the first. Like, do you know what I mean? Even though it's all linked the whole way through, as in the character building, there is like there's a reason for why this shit still happened to this one girl.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just, oh, she's unlucky. Every
It just
time she
keeps
goes
happening.
somewhere, this fucking slasher shows
Yeah,
up. There's
yeah.
a reason for it. The families are linked. There was affairs and all this kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, they tried to make it connect as much
Yeah,
as possible.
so it's not just like, oh, well, now she thinks she's living safe in a new town. Someone shows up again. It's just a random fucking psycho. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's good. And there's a different killer every time in it as well. It's almost like a fucking modern day Scooby Doo. Like, if you know,
It is.
you
It
know what I
really
mean?
is.
Like,
Like it's
that's
Scooby
the
Doo
thing,
for
like,
adults.
but, like, you
basically.
look at, like, yeah, like you said, like fucking Halloween, Friday the 13th. It's the same fucking dude just coming back,
Yeah,
resurrected.
yeah.
Oh, we thought he was dead. He's not.
But he's not
I
this
know that's
time.
a classic horror thing, but
But he's back.
yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you hear he survived? Like, do you know what I mean? So they're
Remember that
making it
time-
like,
Remember that time
they're
you got a
keeping
crossbow,
but they're
shot
like-
him in the eye? Well, it didn't work.
but they're keeping the fucking Scream. What do they call it? His Scream face, no,
Ghostface.
Ghost face of Scream face, Ghost face. To keep it going, that the killer is that. That's the costume. That's the get up.
But it's a different
It's
person.
a different person coming. Like, so that,
Yeah, yeah.
it is different.
That is what
it's
makes it.
smart. It is better. And there are only, like, I only say there is 3
Yeah.
Scream movies.
I like the fourth.
Fourth one is very good. It's
I know-
more modern and it is good. The way they done it as well, because the original cast is in it, but they're not the main.
But say you haven't seen the fifth one.
Yeah, so
And I've seen it, and without giving anything away, the only thing that I will say is the person that they chose to be the lead actress is the worst actress in it.
right.
It makes no sense to me why she was chosen as the lead actress, because she's just not believable. She actually annoys you throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
not because of the script, not
Just
because
as
of,
an actor.
not because like her choices are bad, because that's generally what happens in a horror movie. Their choices are terrible, which is why they're getting chased by a killer. It just, something doesn't click with it. Every other person in it is quite believable and quite good.
And just,
She just
it's not
doesn't.
doing
It doesn't.
yeah.
Doesn't do it.
Oh, let's check it out. But like I said, there is only 3 Scream movies, but the 3 of them together were so spaced out as well. They thought about it. They weren't just pumping out
Yeah.
another movie for the sake of it.
Yeah. Wes Craven, man, he's a bit of a genius.
Yeah.
Bit of a genius. I did give you. I actually gave you fucking. What's the word? A task for the Halloween podcast. Which was to. I was going through a thing where I was trying to watch as many Halloween-based movies up to the 31st, basically. And what I wanted was for Owen to watch as many similar ones as me before the podcast. How far did you get?
Oh, I think only like 4.
4.
4 was alright though. Because I wasn't in like a movie buzz.
No, you actually came out. You came out of a TV show buzz purely for
I
this.
was on a
and you
TV.
did well.
I was on a TV show buzz and a wrestling buzz, and the wrestling takes up a lot of my fucking time, man.
yeah.
But
Playing it,
play it, yeah.
playing it, watching it.
Well, look, I'm producing my own fucking.
You can't even take yourself seriously.
I'm producing my own product up in my room. Like, there's WWE, there's AEW, and there's Only Eggs Bedroom Antics.
Yeah.
So it just takes up a lot of the time, you know. But I was on that, like, you know, when you get into that series buzz where it's like,
It's hard to get away from.
yeah, and I was getting in like different programs and shit, and then it was just like, once you sent me like your bunch of like, out of all of these, try and get as many of them you can, blah blah blah. I was like,
Yeah.
right, fuck it. And then once I got the first movie down, I was like, yeah, no, movies is actually alright. Like, do you know what I mean?
What did you get through actually? I can't actually remember.
Sinister anyway.
Oh, for what?
Well, Sinister, X,
Sinister X, His House.
yeah, and there was one other one. Oh, was there? Maybe it was only. Oh no, there was only 3.
3. So His House,
Sinister,
X.
X, His House. Yeah, I thought there was a 4th, but apparently not.
You know, weirdly enough, we recorded the Fancy Football podcast the other evening, or last week. It was very hard not to talk to you about
I
the
know,
Halloween movies.
because I'd only freshly watched them as
Yeah.
well. Like, I was gonna get a few more in, but
What I'd like to leave Sinister for last because it's probably the best one out of the three.
Whopper, unreal. Unreal. How I haven't watched this before now is beyond me. Because
it's
like you said,
good.
Like you said, like supernatural and good stories, and it's like an Insidious for me.
Yeah.
An Insidious class.
It counts for a lot, like.
Because there's so much shit, like movies that are like that as well, though.
Same director, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it? Well, I mean, like,
maybe not.
movies of that type, a lot of them are absolute wank.
No, I'm sorry, it's not the same director. It's actually the same director as Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange and that new one, Black Phone. Did you watch Black Phone?
No.
Same director as that.
But, like, a lot of the movies like Sinister are bollocks.
Yeah.
Or Insidious, like, they're...
Well, the further they go along,
they're
literally just put out to try and capitalise on something else.
But Insidious is not like that.
No. Well, it is the further it gets on.
We've been into it, though. The first couple are good.
The first
one's unreal.
The first two are brilliant.
Yeah.
3 is okay. The fourth one is a piece of shit.
I think I only watched the first 3.
Yeah, the fourth one is a piece of
Patrick
shit.
Wilson, though.
Oh, he's a great actor. He is a good actor.
But anyway.
I'm actually a little bit off, but I am also always surprised when I watch an old film that I haven't seen and Patrick Wilson just pops up in it, because you'd never notice him before these movies like The Conjuring and Insidious, which kind of brought him more to the forefront. But he's actually like a side actor in a lot of randomly weird, like,
happens a lot of the time, though.
Random movies, and you're like, what the fuck? I'd watch, or sometimes you could have watched the movie before and never noticed that he's in it. But what was your thoughts on Sinister? Because it's probably my favourite out of the bunch. I wanted to watch it last night.
It was
as a
real
refresher.
Oh, I felt like I was gripped straight into it. Like, it's already, like, you know, when you start the movie off, obviously it starts off with the clip of the fucking tree with the hanging in it or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then that's obviously like one of them ones where it starts at one point, then it goes back and then it gets back to that point or whatever. But I was like, alright, obviously this is going to be fucking... I was expecting more like, oh, this is going to be fucking...
Jump scare,
gruesome and shit. And I'm like, alright, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know nothing about it for some reason. I've heard of it. Obviously, I've heard of Sinister, but like I've never really heard... You don't...
I think it's better.
People never like go on about horror movies all that much. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone say to you, oh, watch this movie. It'd be like a drama, comedy or something.
Yeah.
So I didn't know nothing about it. So I was watching, oh, this is alright. And fucking... what is fucking name that's in it?
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Handsome little prick, isn't he?
He is a good handsome man.
But my first thought was, he's a bit fucking needy. Making his missus move around all the time so he can write these books and shit.
Yeah.
Well, because he got one book right where he basically writes all the true crime shit, but he's talking about like he basically is investigating it.
Yeah.
And
he
came across something that actually found out someone in his one big hit book. But since then he's been writing stuff and just making a bollocks for people, and everywhere he goes he gets ran out of and all.
Yeah.
Making the missus move around all over the kip.
The kids, poor kids.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The young one there, oh, I love my friends, why do I have to move again, blah, blah, blah. Who they're painting on the walls, I knew something sus about her anyway. Who they're painting on the walls, I knew something was up with this cunt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was getting into it, I was like, right, this is like... It wasn't slow burning, but I was like, this is building a story. There's a
good story to it.
This is building, like 20 minutes, nothing scary. You could get that vibe around it though, like something's... First of all, you knew when the copper was saying like, it's in bad taste you're moving into the gaff and all. I was like, he's moving into the gaff, he's investigating shit going on, and I was like, something alright here.
Something's going down.
I smell something weird. Then he goes up into the attic, finds a box, and there's a snake and a fucking scorpion and all going around. I was like, this is fucking, shit is happening. And he falls through the ceiling. Oh man, fucking brilliant it was, right? But it just wasn't what I was expecting it.
Yeah.
I was I knew it was gonna be good and all, but I was like, I had it in my head it was gonna be.
It's not your run of the mill horror
movie. I thought it was gonna be real, like, because sometimes like you have to detach from reality when you're watching some of these as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Because you have to because it doesn't feel like a supernatural type of thing when you're watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, because he's an investigator.
He's investigating something to write a book. So you're thinking it's just going to be like normal enough stuff, but he's going to come across weird shit, which obviously he does. But you're thinking that's all that's going to happen, and he's going to he's going to encounter somebody that knows something.
Yeah.
and they're gonna try and stop him. That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought the cop was.
Yeah.
I thought the cop was.
He's coming in to be.
I thought he's gonna be pure.
How far is
I
this
thought
guy
he was
getting?
gonna be pure shady character.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But he wasn't. Well, he was, but he wasn't. So that's what I was thinking. But the more it went on, I was like, "This is fucking good."
It is. It is a good movie.
Fucking real good.
Out of 10.
Like 9.
Yeah, I'd give it a solid 9 as well. Yeah,
definitely.
100%.
There's not much to fault in it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just hard to give anything 10 out of 10. Like, do you know what I mean?
It is.
One note I had down for myself was though, right?
Mm.
See detectives, yeah.
Yeah.
See, when he goes in to watch he finds them tapes up in the attic. All right, maybe this is why I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10. All right, you find a lot of random tapes up in the fucking thing. Cunt just happens to have a projector anyway.
Yeah.
And he's
of course.
and he's putting them on, and he just doesn't know what's like. Who's recording this shit? And then he starts finding that fucking demon face that's there every time that they're being recorded. The kid, when you watch it, looking back, it seems so obvious.
Yeah.
That there was one kid missing, but like, who's recording this shit? Who killed this family, and where's the kid? The kid's obviously still alive somewhere. Kid's somewhere.
Yeah.
When you look back, then it goes, that actually kind of makes sense. But you don't expect it to be the way it is. What is the story, right? Cunt sits down to watch the movie, starts making notes. Why do they always have to pour a big fucking whiskey or the Scotch? Is that just part of detective work, is it?
I think maybe he looks. The idea of it is that he comes.
But it's in everything.
Well, you come across so much fucking hard to deal with shit that you're basically drinking constantly.
You go into the fucking. No, but he's not drinking during the day or that. He's there with the family.
Oh yeah, he's a good family guy. Like
dinner and this and that. She's going up to bed.
Scotch.
Are you coming up? Nah, I'm gonna do a bit more work. He sits down with the tapes. He already has it there. Boom. He opens the thing. Pauses. Like, if I came across all these tapes and shit,
yeah,
I wouldn't be going, oh my god, where's me can?
I would.
I'll be freaked.
Well, yeah, that too. But like, if you felt
now we do start getting proper freaked and all, like, but
if you felt committed to looking through these tapes, you're going, well, if I have to sift through all of these, I might as well get 8 cans. Like, do you know what I mean? We're not Scotch drinkers. We're not spirit drinkers at all.
Can't do
a lot of people, a lot of Americans actually.
That's the way they drink.
Sit down, have a glass of fucking whiskey or Scotch.
A lot of them will do it though. They'll order a drink, be like,
that's their nightcap.
Double whiskey, 1 ice cube.
Yeah. Stop being an idiot.
What's the 1 ice cube for?
Just get a Red Bull chaser.
Yeah.
You'll be grand.
Fucking not even Red Bull, Splash.
Yeah.
Splash.
It's rotten anyway. But yeah, solid.
I would put that up where one of the best movies I've watched in a long time.
Yeah.
First of all.
And it's out.
Definitely
out over 10 years.
I think 2012 is when it came out.
So 10 years.
So,
literally.
like, horror aside, one of the best movies I've watched.
Oh,
now, there was some bits where I jumped the fuck out.
It's gripping.
I jumped the fuck out of it when he was like talking to your man on the phone and the thing in the laptop moved and looked at, like, there was a face in it and looked away. Oh my god.
You watched it by yourself as well.
Yeah.
So,
freaked. Amo walked into the sitting room, opened the door, didn't even hear, go, how are you getting on? Get the fuck out, man. Great.
But it is
highly recommend.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think
grim fucking ending.
I think most people might have seen it, so I actually think it was essential for you to watch it. I was actually so happy when you decided.
You gave me a list,
watch.
And then you said and then you picked out another form, like, try and watch these ones. But I wasn't arsed downloading shit, so
yeah.
We don't illegally download anyway.
No.
I was like, I'll just pick other ones, and that was one of the ones that were on Netflix. I got fuck, I'll give it a go.
That was a good choice. I actually, when you told me that, I don't know where Amy was, but she came back and we were talking. I was just like, by the way, just let you know, Owen has decided that he's gonna watch Sinister tonight out of all them movies by himself, and she was like, oh. Yeah. She was like, oh.
It was.
I was like, yeah.
And I was real in. Like, I already had me dinner, had me cup of tea.
Yeah.
I was sitting. I was like, no distraction.
His house. You said you watched his house as well.
Yeah.
What did you think of his house?
So fucking weird, man.
Very, very. It's not what I thought it was going to be.
It was real sad, first of all, when I was watching it.
Until obviously.
No, it was really sad, right? When he starts in the new. First of all, is that what happens with asylum seekers? You just get dumped in this gaff.
But the asylum seekers over here get dumped to fucking Mosney, or they get dumped to direct provision places.
Like, oh jeez, it was a bit heartbreaking. I was kind of sad looking at that part.
I actually think, in context, they're actually doing quite well for asylum seekers, because that's why they're like, oh, you're getting this whole gaff to yourself. Like, do you know what I mean? Because usually there's about 15 people in the one gaff.
Fucked.
it's not your conventional horror movie.
Because I was looking, I was like, what the fuck is going on with this? And your man was going around town. Then he was singing about Peter Crouch.
Oh man, I did not expect that.
God.
Peter Crouch
when he
at
got there,
Stoke.
he was sitting there, yeah, it looked like a church. And man goes, oh, you asylum seeker? Yeah, we've sitting there with like a box with like, digestive biscuits and toilet roll and shit in it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? He's big, he's Peter Crouch.
Yeah.
And these, you go back to go, well, all these people are just sitting around singing about this man called Peter Crouch.
Yeah,
I was like,
man.
no way, Peter Crouch. But I wouldn't mind. That film was only out in like 2020 or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's not that old.
And it was Peter Crouch playing for Stoke. I was
Yeah.
like, that's fucking brilliant.
It
Like, it
is,
was the last thing I was expecting. Like, I was in bits laughing at that. And then, oh man, after that, like, the first time he looked into the wall to see what the noise and stuff was. And this thing came up beside
Behind
him.
him.
Oh my god, man. It looked like a fucking seal lying on the ground beside him. Like that.
Shat
Big
myself.
lips and all.
Shat myself.
And it didn't make sense to me as to what that was.
Yeah. No, it didn't make any
It
sense.
looked like, you do know now. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
it
No,
looked
at the
like
time.
a seal lying on the ground. Just popped the head out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because he lifts his head and she's behind him.
Yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Is that when you kick the cup? Is that when you kick the cup across the ground?
Yeah, man. Like, what the fuck?
Because I thought that because I went on to, you were sending me voice notes, and at that time I was like, there has to be what he's talking about, because
that was the first proper.
Because we watched it basically. I think you were about a half an hour ahead of me when we were watching.
Yeah, because I said I'm gonna start watching one now. I think that was the first one I watched. It was the first one I watched. And you're like, what you watching? His House. And you're like, oh, I haven't watched that yet. And then we got into it, blah blah blah.
We went and we watched it.
That scared the bollocks out of me, that bit.
But the movie itself, right? There's obviously there's supposed to be a deeper message in it, and I get it. And do you know what? I thought it was an okay movie, but do you not think,
It was a bit wishy-washy.
Very wishy-washy, but the whole premise of the obviously finding out who the little girl really was and how they stole her.
This girl to get onto the bus, like.
But
well, he did.
Do you not think
he did? He stole the bus. He stole the girl to get onto the bus. So he was paying for the sin
of that,
and she drowned obviously on the way over.
But this is what
that's what I thought. And then he was supposed to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
For her to be free? For the wife to be free?
No, for the girl to be free.
And the wife as well, like.
Yeah, because she wasn't part of it. She didn't want to be a part of it.
So basically it was like a life for life kind of thing, but he had taken the freedom away. Like.
But what
it felt like. But then I don't know what the electricity had to do with it as well. Like, it was very strange.
But the end of it, right, where obviously she kills the witch. Yeah. And sorry for spoiling it for whoever hasn't watched it, but she kills the witch, and basically, essentially, they live happily ever after with the ghosts of these people around him. He didn't deserve to live.
No.
He should have been taken by that ghost. Like, do you know what I mean? That is not a happy ending.
No, it's not.
The best ending for that should have been him
being killed.
Like, he basically, essentially, the thing
that. Do you
that
reckon there's an alternate ending to that film?
Possibly.
I think there should be. Like, I don't think he should have. I was happy to see him die.
He should have died.
And he was actually putting himself for it.
Yeah.
But then she
changed her
hated
mind.
him for it. And she should have done that. But then maybe she couldn't live without him. I don't know.
But it made no sense to me. Like,
what I got as well, right? 74 quid a week. Fresh polo, fresh chinos going around. Do you know what I mean?
I think that in England,
he was down getting hardware.
But he wasn't even in pennies.
The hardware shop, got a load of screwdrivers and everything. Do you know what I mean? Scammers.
Yeah.
Scammers. He was doing a side job. He was walking down that church. You know where they were singing about Peter Crouch? He was down there doing fucking nixers, so he was.
Do you reckon?
I'd say he fucking 74 quid a week. Couldn't go around new treads and all.
But yeah, true. Yeah.
Trying to fit in rustling up dinners.
She was going around wearing the curtains. Like,
there was nothing in the gaff at the start, and then all just bed. All the places, like, your man had a new iPhone sitting there listening to tunes in the first night.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Or what? He kept that the whole way over on the boat, did he?
But see,
get the fuck.
That's not even my main issue.
That was kind of one of mine. That bugged me.
I down
there in M&S getting polos.
That's fine to me because it's a small pothole.
She was eating with her hands and he was eating with a knife and fork. That kind of got me. That was a cultural thing. I was like, oh, interesting.
But that to me, that's fine. Like, that's a small pothole. The idea of him getting to live after stealing a kid, letting her drown, and then probably the mother died by herself in the country.
Yeah,
as
because
well.
they didn't make it onto the fucking bus.
Do you know what I mean?
That was the last bus going.
Because of that. And he got to live, right? That basically,
He
essentially,
should have died. That was the whole point.
essentially what the witch was a karma demon. And the karma demon was coming to get him because he had
And
fucking
then
seriously
Mrs.
bad karma.
killed the karma demon.
Killed the karma demon, like.
And he goes on.
It annoyed me a little bit.
It did-
I felt unsatisfied
When
by the end
he
of it.
slit himself, because if he bleeds, they
come again.
then they can take his soul essentially or whatever, or
Yeah.
kill him. But then she stopped it. Like he realized the wrong, and this shit's not gonna stop happening until he gives himself up.
Yeah.
But then she just undone all that.
Yeah. By killing the karma demon.
It was a bit of a long-winded fucking movie in a way.
Yeah, I think so. Like I get it.
The three lads were funny actually. When your one was looking for she was looking for the doctors or something like that.
I found it
The
a bit
three lads
harsh.
stuff.
I was like,
It was nuts though. The way
even
they
though
were all black,
yeah,
but she was from, I don't know what country they came from, but these are obviously English black lads, and they were saying,
they did not associate.
yeah,
They just-
no Africans around here, but it was three young black lads. Like I found out it was just mad lad eating a bag of chips now. Like you know what I mean? But it was kind of interesting. Like but it was mad. Like
Yeah,
funny in a way, but
it was quite funny. So the last one, which I did think was better than his house, by a good bit, was X.
yeah.
It's kind of like a really, really normal. Like I feel like I've seen it loads of times. If you get me,
Scenario.
the scenario that they're in, it's just the way it's executed is completely different.
Yeah, it's set in like what 70s.
70s free love.
Yeah,
fucking
the porn is not fucking
Not a
freely
thing, like-
available at the
yeah,
time
yeah.
or whatever. You have to buy it in weird shops and stuff like that.
Mm.
It's not a mainstream kind of thing, and they have to go find somewhere to record basically.
Yeah.
But nothing horror like happens for like 40 minutes.
No,
It's all build up.
It's all build up, and
It's like, what the fuck is going on in this? Loads of tits and shit, like, you know what I mean?
you basically you see Britney Snow boobies, which
Kid Cudi just riding.
but you see Kid Cudi's outlined penis billowing in the wind as well. I'm not sure if it was fake or not.
I wasn't really looking too hard into
I had my spectacles on, but I feel like a lot of teenagers that were teenagers in like 2008, 2009, their prayers were answered in that movie by seeing Britney Snow babies. I'm just gonna put it out there, like not in
Good going.
a misogynistic way or anything like that. I was happy enough. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was executed very, very well.
Yeah, it was good.
And
I liked when they got up to it, there was that creepy vibe that just old fucking dude answered, and like the wife was weird and shit, and they had to go stay there. And
I thought some of the deaths were
the very first death where the L one stabs that geeky dude in the neck repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly.
gruesome.
That was fucking grim.
Yeah.
But there was Don't Fear the Reaper playing while it was going on. I was like,
Yeah.
I like shit like that.
Yeah.
It almost puts like half comedy effect onto it.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a like kind of
terrible thing happening here.
but there's kind of an edge to the movie. It's not just like
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like an arty movie
it is
to begin with.
100% it is. But that Ellen, it fucking freaked me out when she looked in the window and seen them riding.
Yeah.
Your woman was on that, and she turned around and it was her face.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh my god! I was like, I can't be one of these ones.
But
what was
even the concept of that I found quite not uncomfortable to watch, but nearly borderline relatable is where they're sitting around and your one is like supposed to be the prude, and then she's like, I want to be in on this.
yeah?
Like, I want to be a
And
part
her
of this.
boyfriend's the dude recording it.
Recording it, and he's like, no, it's not happening. Basically,
See, but this is the thing.
I don't mean relatable as in
before-
I've had that happen to me.
Before that, your one was the girl you're on about there, the girlfriend of the prudy one you were saying. She was saying like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, why are we watching people like having sex basically?
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, but we're recording it. It's not real life. They're doing it for the art, for this, to that.
Yeah.
But he was all up for it. He was the one because he he wanted to make his name as like director, videographer, or whatever. And then when she started getting like, oh, I wouldn't mind doing it as well. Like he changed his tune very fucking quickly. Like,
but it gets him killed quicker, basically.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, I can't believe it. She actually did that. Blah, blah, blah.
Man, it's hard to talk about because I know it's quite a relatively new movie and maybe not a lot of people have seen it.
It's kind of hard to explain in a way, but like, what is that? Your one is, she's like, I used to be young once. The L one says. So everyone she touches, she kind of like.
But I actually think the whole film, what I got from it is about the loss of their sexuality. Basically, is literally what it is. So
she she starts like touches someone and like starts coming for him and then kills them, and then. Like, because all this happens very fucking quickly. Because, like I said,
like it takes a while to build up, but as soon as it happens,
it all just starts happening, and then the fucking dude finds out as well, the older dude. But she's gone around with her fucking tits out and stuff like that, and she gets in the bed beside your one.
Oh man, so crazy!
It's so fucking like it's uneasy to watch that bit. What got me though was right. This all going on. The owl lad then starts riding her. He pulls his jocks down, just starts jocks around around the knees.
Yeah. Jock around the
bare arse out
on top,
and you can just see the arse going like giving it this.
Yeah.
And your one's under the bed. I was like, that's it, I'm out, I'm done.
Yeah. It is.
It's such a weird movie. Like it's. I actually don't want to give too much more away about it because I want people to watch it and like see it as it is.
It is recent enough to where people probably maybe a lot of people haven't seen it.
It's bizarre. Like when you're watching it, going like, this is a load of bollocks. While a lot of the stuff is happening, you're kind of going, this is getting a bit weird. This is getting a bit poxy. Like, but then when it all finishes out, you're like.
Yeah, I actually like
that was actually good because the ending with the
TV.
Yeah, that's what made it like. I don't want to say that part because if you do actually want to watch it, that just ties it all together at the end.
Thought that made it. I actually really enjoyed it
because if that didn't happen at the end of it, I'm like, that was just one of them other movies where someone survived.
Basic horror.
Yeah,
kind of,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that tied it in. I was like, oh. But there was a whole underlying part to it.
They've done a trilogy, right? That film was only released this year.
Right.
But I think what they did was they basically filmed a trilogy all at once. So they've released, it's already out, it's not out on streaming yet, called Pearl. And it's basically about the old lady back in the day.
Right. See, I'm interested in that then. Like, do you know what I mean?
So they did a prequel, but it's the same actress that played the main one playing her. Because she played her. She played the two of them in that.
Oh, did she?
So she
is
that person
that.
with like a load of prosthetics on her.
Right. No, I knew it wasn't actually someone of that age playing that. But
the way she keeps saying, you remind me of me, it's actually her playing her.
No way, that's pretty cool actually.
So then she goes back and plays her, and then they're in the middle of basically editing the third part, which is about your one who survives, basically.
See, I'd be interested to see that. Like,
that's
something
good
like that.
Story-driven.
See if that links
situation.
in, like that's what I'd be into. In like,
but
I like that.
I enjoyed it. The other one that I wanted you to watch was Bodies, but you didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, you can go into it.
I can't because it's all about the ending, man. The ending is probably the most satisfied I've been in a long time with an ending in a movie in general. Since probably like
the most I've ever been satisfied in an ending. Amy, you're out.
Yeah,
I'm just watching this movie every night now.
The happiest ending I've ever had. No, not necessarily a happy ending. It was the perfect amount of payoff at the end of it.
Right, I get you. Yeah.
I'm not going to go into the movie. I feel like the movie has to be watched, but because the less you know going into it, the better.
All right, then I will watch it another time.
But yeah, that's all I will say. The ending is fantastic. But before we leg it,
drink it a week. Where is it?
Yours is over there. No, yours over there.
Where? Okay. So we're thinking of obviously Halloween-based drinks. There's not a lot out there.
There's not.
So what we did, we thought anything orange would do the trick. So it's Iron Brew flavored Wicked.
Oh yes. Ah, you sick animal.
Open it with the mouth. That's fucking delish, man.
That just tastes like Iron Brew.
Oh,
that is tasty. The other thing, like, because we're kind of rushing ourselves here at the minute, is to the two people that sent us in questions and stories for the podcast and both were very good. One of them was right up our street with the which would you prefer type situation. We do not have time to touch on it, unfortunately, because we thought this was only going to take a little while, but it didn't. It took a long while. And that's it, really. Do you have anything else to say?
No, just apart from every time Halloween comes around, I always remember that Gardaí lad that came into fucking secondary school. How do you spell Halloween?
H-E-L-L.
And everyone knows. Everyone starts going, spelling Halloween. He goes, no, you're all wrong. Spells it Hellon.
And it was that story.
Halloween.
It's a story about the
and we're
kid
like,
falling into the bathwater.
no, that's wrong. It's not spelled like that. It's hell for dogs. It's hell for the elderly. And it's hell for us. He started trying to like make you not use fireworks, and then pass around a load of fireworks. That's it. Every Halloween, that's what I remember.
Wet brain.